My name is Sue Kozisek. I work in Human Resources at Century Insurance. I've been tutoring with Learn for Life. This is the 4th year, and it's been a great ride. I heard about Learn for Life through our company's intranet site, and we had a posting about getting involved with the United Way and some ways to do that. And so I selected this program in particular. So my first 2 years I was at Bannock Elementary, both 3rd grade, and then I went to Madison Elementary, again 3rd grade, and I'm back at Bannock. You know, I was a little intimidated when I first started, just because I thought you had to be a teacher or an expert in reading or you know, have some other professional credentials, and in the first probably 3 weeks of tutoring, it was very apparent to me that I was the one that was learning. I wasn't teaching anything. I was learning how to just make myself available and how to be there in the moment for the student that I was working with. And so I really, it was comforting to know that just by literally reading with them, that was kind of the mission. Well, everyone here at the United Way and Learn for Life does a great job of preparing tutors. There's 2 separate sessions offered during the year for kind of learning what the process is and maybe some techniques to use. There's support ongoing during the year with check-ins and those sorts of things. And then also, I've been really blessed that in the schools that I've tutored at, the teachers are extremely supportive of the program. They really have lesson plans almost laid out each week, which just provides, you know, if nothing else, a fallback or for something for us to guide against. And really, it's typically something that the students are working on during their normal daily routine, or maybe it's a class project that they're working on, and the reading is just kind of working in tandem with that. So there's not a lot of extra work that I do outside of, you know, the hour a week that I'm tutoring. The main reason I got involved with Learn for Life specifically is that my son, when he was in 1st grade, was a struggling reader. And at the time, the school district had resources and a funded program in place to help kids such as my son. And he did really well in that program. And I was very grateful that the school district had something. Knowing that that program is no longer in existence, I felt this was a great opportunity to give back. Without that program, I'm not sure that we as parents would have been able to get him up to speed the way that he needed to, and I'm just really grateful that I have an opportunity to see the progress that kids are making in the program just by reading with them on a weekly basis. The commitment itself, it's really minimal in the grand scheme of things. When you think of all the things that you do in a week or in a day, you know, an hour a day or an hour a week is the least I think I could offer. There's a great availability of substitute tutors, so assuming I know in advance, that's the easiest thing, and I've never had anyone who hasn't been able to sub with a request if I've asked in advance. There's been, I think, 1 or 2 situations where either I was sick or something literally last minute came up at work where I just phoned the school and said I'm not able to make it. It was never an issue. I always try to get out in front of it though, because you don't want to leave the kids hanging. You know, they typically are looking forward to seeing you every week. I think it's just the, you know, as you get towards the end of the year and even mid-year, just literally seeing the progress that the kids are making. And it may not be huge, it may just be little things. This year I have a young lady who does not want to read. She's pretty open about sharing her opinion about that. And I would say over the last few weeks, she's come into the session eager to read, and she's making great progress. So it's really for her just an issue of building her confidence, but just seeing that she is looking forward to reading, which is so different than how we started the school year, is the best that you could hope for. There's a group of us that volunteer on the same day at Bannock Friday mornings, and I think it must have been the first or second week of school, and there was a planned fire drill. And so, just funny that all the tutors kind of fell in line with all the students and staff and walked outside and were just really part of the school that day. And although we didn't read at that point, it certainly gave us something to go back into the reading session and chat about and kind of build off of. So it was almost a good icebreaker, being that it was in the beginning of the school year. Just do it. There's no downside to it whatsoever, and all that results is you get a great feeling of contributing and just being part of something that's bigger than what you might be doing on a day-to-day basis at work or in your own free time. I've said this very often, that the hour a week I spend tutoring is probably the best hour of my week. It just really, there's something magical about seeing those kids every week.